Welcome back, I'm Sean, and the Runner Diver from Naenka was one of the better bone conduction headphones for swimming that I've tested so far. And everything that Naenka puts in it, the features, the tag, just made sense. And today we're checking out the newer model, the Runner Diver 2. So let's check it out.
My head in my hands, listen up, says my teacher. In front of the class, he says if you're not a believer, that's on you. Better shape up and pay your dues. Off my views, that's on you. I'll be on a flight soon to the end. I sing you. Gotta know this propaganda. How do you do?
So the Runner Diver 2 today was sent over to me by Naenka for review, and this is not a sponsored post, and my review will be based on my honest and unbiased opinion. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any future tech reviews. Like most Naenka products we've checked out in the past, Naenka is competing directly with players like Shox to give its customer one of the best bone conduction headphones experience out there. But they don't come cheap, so the Runner Diver 2 is now about $150 or about 700 Malaysian ringgit, but it does have all the features you want on a bone conduction headphones, so if you're interested in getting them, do check out my links in the description below. So after looking at the Runner Diver and the Runner Diver 2, they are pretty much identical headphones with some minor improvements here and there. So I believe the proposition here is not for current Naenka Runner Diver owners to upgrade to this new model, but more for new users to buy into the bone conduction headphones experience to have a newer, more modern option. So of course there are also options from Shox that people can choose from, but Naenka is giving Shox a run for their money. So the headphones is now built with a nice aerospace grade silicone, which is different than the original Runner Diver, which it's a military grade titanium alloy silicone. So the Naenka went from military and now to aerospace, but what we get here is actually a skin friendly silicone, which I personally don't have sensitive skin around my ears to testify to, but I do hope someone with sensitive ears may attest to the claim. So the headphones is very flexible and strong, and you can very flexibly bend it, twist it, and it will return to its shape, but just don't purposefully bend it out of shape and it will be fine. So just like the older model, the headphones is very refined, and I believe Naenka channeled their experience in their design team into making these headphones a good one. So there are no jagged edges, no sharp edges, everything is wrapped nicely and has a very smooth finish. So on one side here, you're going to get the Naenka badge on the left side, and on the right side there are 3 buttons at the bottom here for you to control the headphones. And Naenka says that the headphones are designed like a seahorse. So if you look here, it does look like a seahorse. So what this means is that the headphones will grip onto your ears and stay on them very nicely. So there are also sound enhancing plugs that comes together with these headphones. And the temples here also have this piece jutting out here, so that when you put the plugs in your ears, it will actually hold the plugs in place. So that's a very clever design. And this time around, there is no buttons on the temples itself, and all the controls are moved to the main units itself, which made sense since the headphones will be used for hardcore workouts. I don't think a touch sensitive surface would be good, especially when there's water that might interfere with it. So in terms of battery life, there is no difference compared to the Runner Diver, and you're still going to get that impressive 10 hours of battery life when playing it at 60% volume, and charging the headphones up takes about 1.5 hours, which is also super fast using the proprietary magnetic charging context that Naenka gives you. So volume on the Runner Diver is pretty much the same, and from my experience when using the volume enhancing plugs, you definitely improve the volume by quite a bit. And I also noticed that if you use it in MP3 mode, sounds louder than in Bluetooth mode, which makes sense since listening underwater, you kind of need the headphones to be a little bit louder. So with the MP3 mode, there is about 14 levels of volume you can choose from, and I can reach a comfortable listening volume at only level 4, and at level 12, it is loud, but it's not crazy loud that I can still use it at level 14 with no problems. So this test is done using the sound enhancing plugs, and to give you some context, if I remove the plugs, I will reach the same comfortable listening volume only at level 10, and even level 14 doesn't sound too loud, so the plugs really does enhance the volume a bit. So now let's get to the Bluetooth mode, and with the plugs on, I get to a comfortable listening volume at about level 7, and maxing it out feels decent but not too loud. So taking out the plugs, I can only reach the comfortable listening volume at level 13, and level 14 feels just decent and not loud at all. So Naenka also provides you with regular earplugs for swimming purposes, and that is to block out water from entering the ear canals, but with that, the volume is pretty similar to the sound enhancing plug. So where you'll see the upgrades is mainly in the chipset itself, where you're now getting a Bluetooth 5.3 versus the Bluetooth 5.2 on the older model. It's not going to be life-changing for the most part, and that's why I did mention that this upgrade is not for someone who already owns the previous model. So you're going to get an IP68 water resistant rating, which is maxed out for both dust and water resistant rating, so you definitely can use these headphones for swimming. And this is pretty much the same as the older model, but the original one was only rated IPX8 rather than IP68. So another improvement here is the storage capacity for the MP3 capability. Now you're going to get a 32 gig storage rather than 16 gig, and it also still provides you with the standard MP3 and FLAC file format support, similar to the original. And having this feature should be the standard for any bone conduction headphones in the future. So just like the original Runner Diver, I think the sound signature here is really good for bone conduction headphones, and this headphone sounds good out of the box. Of course, there are no EQs for you to adjust with, so you're pretty much stuck with what you get. But you need to set your expectation right. Similar to all conduction headphones that I say, you will never sound as good as in-ear earbuds, but honestly, the sound quality of the Runner Diver 2 can rival some half-in-ear earbuds. Even with the sound enhancing plugs, although these headphones sound clear, they don't get absolutely clear separations from the mids and highs, and you're not getting hit banging levels of bass, but they are very subtle when you play them loud enough. There is a slight warmness to the sound signature, and at times I feel a little bit muffling, but this is expected for any bone conduction headphones. With the sound enhancing plug, it slightly improves the mids and makes vocals a little louder. Highs are slightly improved, but not by much, and bass is still not improved overall. But comparing the many units of bone conduction headphones that I've reviewed, I will say that Naenka has definitely made something that rivals the likes of Shox. And to be honest, not all Shox actually sound really good, despite the price that they sell at. So this is a test to see if the Naenka Runner Diver 2 is a good headphones for making phone calls. So this is me speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background, and this is the call quality that you can expect on these headphones. So what do you think of the call quality? Let me know in the comment section down below. So these are not specialized headphones for gaming, and latency should not be good technically, but with the Runner Diver 2 you do get decent latency performance, but definitely not as good as the original Runner Diver, which almost has no latency. So with that, you will still see some latency when playing games like PUBG, but it performs well with movies and videos. Anyways, let's take a look at the latency performance of these headphones. So another great option from Naenka, and if you don't already have a bone conduction headphones, then this is something you can earmark to consider. And if you already have a Runner Diver, then this is probably one that you want to skip for now. So that is it for this review. If you find this video helpful, smash that thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and see you in the next video.